I've heard enough.
Order. This court is in session.
In today's courtroom hearing, a defendant faces his mistakes, but also takes his first real step toward recovery. This is People vs. Charles Peters, a case where the judge's ruling becomes more than punishment, it becomes a second chance at change.
Court calls case, People versus Charles Peters.
Ready, Your Honor. Good morning, Your Honor.
The case begins as Mr. Peters steps forward and addresses the court respectfully. His attorney explains that he completed the victim impact panel and has already joined an intensive outpatient recovery program. Right away, the judge notices one thing: this defendant is actually trying to turn his life around.
James Fifelski appearing on behalf of Mr. Peters, approaching. Please state your name.
Charles Peters.
Mr. Peters and I have reviewed the assessment and the probation recommendation. There are no omissions that I'm aware of. I would ask the court to adopt the recommendation from probation.
The atmosphere shifts as the attorney highlights how deeply involved Charles is in his recovery journey, supported strongly by his parents. The judge sees this not as empty words, but as proof of real effort, a sign that this man isn't running from responsibility, he's walking toward change.
Just note that Mr. Peters, he did complete the victim impact panel November 8th. He's got a receipt to show Ms. Ballara. He also has been enrolled in the Dawn Farm Intensive Outpatient Program, had his first meeting yesterday. So that's all been positive. His parents are here. They've been very supportive. And this has been a...
When the judge asks if he wants to speak, Charles stands there with genuine remorse. He says, "I'm deeply ashamed, and this will never happen again." His voice is steady but emotional, and for a moment, the entire courtroom goes still. Everyone can tell he means every word.
Over here.
Oh, they're there. Okay.
An opportunity for Mr. Peters to go even deeper in learning and growing and understanding more about recovery and how important it is to be aware of oneself and also take the opportunity as a positive.
Before announcing the sentence, the judge makes it clear this wasn't the most serious offense, but treatment is necessary. The court orders probation, recovery programs, AA meetings, and strict monitoring. This isn't just punishment, it's a guided path designed to break old habits and build a new life.
Step forward. And I think he's done that. He's been compliant with the court's orders and is prepared to pay the fines and costs off, I believe, today.
Okay. All right. Is there anything you want to say before I impose that?
Yes, Your Honor, that I'm deeply ashamed and remorseful for my actions, that I'm loving the support and community I'm finding in recovery, and I will never let this grossly irresponsible action happen again.
Court does acknowledge this is not a serious misdemeanor as defined by statute. However, it does believe there are reasonable grounds to depart from the presumption of a non-probationary sentence. Specifically, the alcohol screening and assessment identifies the benefit of intensive outpatient treatment, attendance at AA meetings, and continued abstinence from all intoxicants. Therefore, the court will follow the recommendation of probation for a probationary sentence with the stated rehabilitative goals to promote change, prevent recidivism, and to monitor compliance of recommended treatment. So therefore, the sentence of the court place you on.
Finally, the judge hands down 18 months of probation, fines, recovery conditions, and a suspended jail term. The message is unmistakable: follow the rules, stay in recovery, and you stay out of jail. It's tough, but it's fair, and it's a chance for Charles Peters to rewrite his future.
Probation for a period of 18 months. You're to pay $855 fines and court costs, $100 prosecution recovery costs, $100 police agency recovery costs, $540 probation oversight fees. That is to be paid today.
Yes, Your Honor.
There should be no use of alcohol, recreational marijuana, or any illegal substance. You'll be subject to random testing as requested by probation. Peter completed an intensive outpatient treatment program, including all aftercare recommendations with status reports to probation. You are to attend 2 AA meetings per week with monthly verification to probation. You're to provide proof of victims impact panel attendance to probation, which I understand you have.
Yes, sir.
All right. I will continue the sober link for an additional 30 days in lieu of 4 days in jail. Order 90 days in jail. Credit 1. The balance is suspended. All right.
Thank you.
Thank you very much, Your Honor.
All right.
And that's how Charles Peters walked out of the courtroom, not just with probation, but with a real opportunity to rebuild his life. The judge's decision was firm, but focused on helping him change, not just punishing him. This is People versus Peters, a reminder that sometimes, the law doesn't just correct, it gives hope.